everyone, I am Kelly Shaffner. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share $50 fast flips. It's a what sold video, what sold for me in the month of March 2022, but it's a highlight reel. I am only sharing sales that I had that were $50 or above. That is not including taxes or platform fees or discounted shipping. It's not including anything like that. The sale price on all of the items I am going to share today is $50 and above. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. I'm an online reseller. I resell on places like Poshmark and eBay, occasionally on Facebook Marketplace, but Poshmark is my main platform and my videos are predominantly about Poshmark. So if you enjoy content like that, I really hope that you will subscribe and join me for a future video. Guys, today's video is a highlight reel. I make a lot more sales under $50 than I do over $50. So I want to put that out there. At the end of this video, I am going to break down all of the categories and give you the numbers, how many sales I had and all of that. But I know most of you are just waiting to see what sold for $50 or above. So I'm going to jump into that in just one moment. I do have a story. I want to address some comments that I have received on some of my recent haul videos. I make a lot of videos sharing my thrift hauls. I love to share the items that I am finding to resell. And I've been getting more and more comments just like this. So I thought I would address it right here on this channel. So the comment goes something like this: Kelly, it's great that you can sell X, Y, and Z, but I can't sell it to save my soul. I've even tried consigning it and I'm just not able to sell that brand. I get it. Let me tell you, I understand. And I want to share a story that I have shared in the past on this channel. When I was a new reseller, I was watching one of my favorite YouTube resellers. She has a big following and a lot of experience reselling. And she was talking about the brand Orvis. And my ears perked up because I had never heard that brand before. And she said it was a brand that did really well for her. Not long after that, I found I think it was a blouse, an Orvis blouse. It wasn't exceptional, but I felt like I had found a bolo when I found that Orvis top, and I brought it home. I was very excited about it, and it sat in my Poshmark closet for over 18 months, I think, at least a year and a half, and it sold for probably $15. I don't remember. What I do remember is the sale was not remarkable. It was not a desirable brand for my buyers, the people that were shopping in my closet. And I'll tell you what, I felt like that YouTuber had deceived me, like she had tricked me by sharing what worked for her. I felt like it ought to work for me too. If it works for her, why doesn't it work for me? And the reason is because my shop is unique. It's the Kelly Shaffner shop, and I have the Kelly Shaffner shoppers, and you have your shop and your shoppers. What I will tell you and what I have learned with some experience is people share what works for them, and it might work for you as well, and it might not. Do your research, look up comps, look up the sell-through rate, keep your risk low. That would be my suggestion. You guys know I keep my cost very low in my business, and that is why I'm able to experiment. I am not trying to lead any of you astray. I'm just here to share with you what's working in my business. It might work for you, it might not. I will say that without a doubt, all of the items that sold for $50 or above, hands down, I would repurchase if I saw them in a thrift store today, but do your own research, okay? That being said, let's move on to my $50 fast flips. By fast flips, I'm talking about items that sell within 90 days. That's fast. We all prefer the ones that sell overnight or within a week or two. Most of these items fall into that second category. They sold within a couple weeks, but some took a little bit longer, and I'll point those out when we get to them. Okay. I have my notes right here. That's why I'm looking down. The first one I will talk about is a St. John dress. This was a St. John Santana knit dress. It was kind of red in color and it had a chevron print to it. It was in a good size, and this dress sold for $117. I really like St. John knits. Knits, I will say. I have had a pair of St. John pants in my closet for 18 months. 18 months. I don't think everything by the brand is worth picking up, but if the knits, I'll bring them home every single time I can find them at a great cost of goods. The next sale, I was so happy that it sold because I got it listed. I sourced it late in the season and I got it sold late in the season. And this was a Pendleton. It was called the Pendleton Beaver State. It was a full length, long line, 100% wool, vibrant tribal print coat. It was beautiful. I got that at the bins. I listed it high. The comp said I could list it high, and I accepted an offer of $150. I was really happy with that return. Maybe I could have got more for it, but I really wasn't willing to store that coat until next winter. I'm happy that it moved on to its new home. I got such a nice love note, and come to find out, that coat sold to someone in my home state of New Mexico. So that made it even more special to me. Next up was Diane von Furstenberg. Diane von Furstenberg makes this list more than once. I do like to sell Diane von Furstenberg dresses. And I'll tell you what, the silk wrap dresses, that is what I am looking for. I pick up other styles besides the wrap dress, and I'll pick the wrap dress up even if it is not silk, but that is what I am looking for, the silk wrap dress. And I sold this one here. It was in a teal and brown print, 100% silk. I sold this one for $65. Next up was one of those experiments, a brand that I had never tried before, but they were really interesting. I looked them up in the thrift store before I brought them home, and I found that this brand, it was called Freelance. It reminded me a lot of Freebird. This was an all leather knee boot. It was lace up around the ankle, but then a pull on. The rest of the boot was a pull on. It looked almost like an Oxford in the front. Very, very unique, unusual boot. And I found these boots listed for up to $1,000, but I also found this brand of boot selling for as low as like $30. I accepted an offer of $80 on these boots. Again, these tall boots are not something that I like to store throughout the summer, so I was very happy to see these boots. They sold quickly, guys. They sold in a matter of days. Freelance boots. This is a brand I don't come across very often. In fact, this is the only time I have come across it. These boots stood out because they were unique in style. They were all leather bottoms on them. It was a nice quality boot. I think they had been previously sold at like Bloomingdale's or Saks. So in briefly checking the comps, I thought that this would be a good gamble, and it turned out to be a nice return. Next up was another $50 sale, $50 on the nose. It was a pair of Sam Edelman black leather tall knee boots. They were called the Paradox. They were like a riding boot, just a classic all leather boot, really nice. I don't want to store those winter items through the summer, so I was happy to accept an offer of $50 on these boots. This was a great sale, and it was such a fun find for me as well. This was a Veronica Beard dress. It was new with tags. I found 2 Veronica Beard dresses at the bins in Tucson, Arizona. I was really, really excited about that. I've kept one of the dresses for myself. I have not listed it yet. I may wear it throughout the summer, at least one more time. I've worn it once already, but this Veronica Beard plaid button front all linen dress sold for $100. I was very, very happy with this sale, guys. I had a great ROI on that dress. So $100 for the Veronica Beard dress. Next up is a pair of sandals. Sandals, they were by the brand Loeffler Randall. These were the Gilly leather espadrille lace-up sandals. They had a gladiator feel to them, but they were an espadrille sandal. I accepted an offer on those sandals for $55. Have you noticed I'm selling wool coats and sundresses and sandals? That's kind of what March always always looks like for me. It's a very transitional month where if I am willing to accept offers on those winter items, I've still sold quite a few winter items at a great return, but I'm also starting to sell summer items. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of that in this list today. Next up is another pair of sandals. I was never able to share these sandals in a haul because they sold overnight. They sold in a matter of hours. This was a pair of Doc Martens all leather black sandals. They were called the Voss sandals, and they sold for $84 in less than 24 hours. My cost of goods on those Doc Marten sandals was $4.65. So that was a really nice return and a quick return. Doc Martens is a brand I am always looking for. It normally always makes this $50 fast flip list. Next up is a pair of cowboy boots. Yeehaw! I had a lot of faith in these cowboy boots. They were a classic leather cowgirl cowboy boot. They were by the brand Nakona, which is a cowboy brand. That is a Western brand that you will find in places like Boot Barn. They didn't have a title to them. They were just a Nakona brown leather cowboy boot, and I accepted an offer on those boots for $64. This next sale probably is not going to surprise my regular viewers. I sold that Johnny Was black embroidered open front cardigan. It was an all cotton cardigan, and I sold that one in about 2 days for $70. Johnny Was always receives a lot of attention. Now guys, I did pick up a Johnny Was embroidered t-shirt recently in a size extra small. It is not getting near the attention that the size large cardigan got. So I think Johnny Was is much like other brands where those larger sizes are probably going to move faster. But yeah, the cardigan sold very quickly, $70 in my pocket. This next one took a little bit longer, guys. It did sell in less than 90 days. But it took the full 90 days to sell. And I want to tell you, this was a mistake that I made. I did haul this dress, and I shared the mistake that I made when I found this dress in the thrift store. I found this beautiful silk dress in the thrift store. I checked the tag on it. The tag said Diane Free, F-R-I-E-S, Diane Free. But when I saw it, my eyes read Diane von Furstenberg. It's not what the tag said, but that's what registered between my ears, and I purchased it when I came home. I was like, what did I do? What did I do? So I researched the dress, and I found out that the dress was a vintage dress from the 1970s. It was beautiful. It was beaded. It was 100% silk. I priced it high. I think I priced it at $200, and it got so much interest. I was really surprised by how much interest the dress received. I am not a vintage seller. Occasionally I pick up something that is vintage. It's usually an accident. I usually don't know. But on this occasion, this worked out in my favor. I accepted an offer on this dress for $160, and you know I did a happy dance over that. I recently picked up another Diane Free dress that is 100% polyester. It's beautiful too. I would date the new one that I picked up, the second one that I picked up, around the 1980s, not the 1970s. But anyway, I do have another one in my closet. It's not getting the attention that the 1970s silk one got. That was such a fun sale. So I am living proof that you can make a mistake and it could work out in your favor. I've made more on that Diane Free dress than any Diane von Furstenberg dress that I have sold to date. Next up is a quick sale, pair of sandals, sports sandals by the brand Chaco. These were in a size 11 with the Smoky Bear. I recently hauled these shoes. They sold for $52 quick. That I think might have been my full asking price, the $52. Yeah, they sold quick. Chacos always sell right around the $50 price point for me. So it's the sport sandals. I'm always looking for those sport sandals. I have sold other styles of Chacos, and they do not move as quickly as that classic sport sandal. Okay, next up is a dress, and this dress took a little bit longer, about 60 days to sell. This dress was a navy blue shirt dress by the brand Rachel Parcell. It was called the Everyday Dress. I picked this up and I priced it according to comps, but it took a while to sell. It sold for $50 in just over 60 days. That was one of those dresses that I was ready to start lowering the price on because it hadn't sold in a couple months, and I thought, maybe I was shooting too high, but it did take a little bit longer than I had hoped for, but it did sell for $50, $52, $50. It sold for $50. Next up was a pair of sandals that I was planning on taking on vacation with me. I love these sandals. They were by Free People. They were called the Carlsbad. They were the softest leather. They were an espadrille flat though. Oh my gosh, they were so comfortable, guys. So this is what I do with items that I really like and I'm questioning, should I keep it, should I sell it? I price it high. And if someone wants to pay that higher price for the shoes, then I sell them. And if they don't, then I keep them for myself. But I thought, okay, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be on vacation, and those shoes sold 2 days before I left on vacation for $68. So that just means I have a little bit more money to go thrifting while I'm on vacation, and maybe I'll find myself a pair of summer sandals while I am out thrifting. That was a great sale. They're very, very nice shoes, and I did price them according to comps. I wasn't pricing them higher than the comps. I sold another dress by Diane von Furstenberg. She made the list more than once in the month of March, and this was a new with tags dress. It was that polka dot like midi dress, and it was a color block polka dot. It was so pretty. It was a size 4, and I was a little bit concerned about the size, but it sold for $60. I was happy with that. I'm always just a little bit nervous about those smaller sizes because they move a little bit slower for me, so I was happy to sell that dress for $60. That one also sold in less than 2 weeks. This next sale was a really, really fun sale, guys. This one sold 2 days before the month ended, and I was like, score, because it was a wool sweater by LL Bean. It was actually like a sweater jacket, like a full zip sweater jacket, Fair Isle jacket by LL Bean. I believe it was vintage as well. And this sold for $52 on March 30th. Oh, yes. So that was great. And that took almost the full 90 days to sell. And truthfully, I thought I was going to have that jacket until next fall. Okay, this is it. This is the final $50 fast flip that I am going to share in this video. It was a pair of jeans, guys, and it was a fun sale because I just recently found this brand twice. I found it twice. It's funny how you find a brand and then it just seems to keep coming at you and then it goes away. But I'm hoping I find more of this brand. This was a pair of denim by the brand L'Agence, the agency in English. And I found these jeans. This was the Ruth high-rise straight leg. There was a raw hem on these jeans. They were in great condition, and these jeans sold for $80. I was very, very excited about that. I do have one other pair of denim by this brand. So that's it, guys. That is all of the sales I'm going to share today, but I want to revisit something that I have done in the past. Let's take a deep dive into the categories, guys. So I'm always sourcing shoes. So I'm waiting for shoes to be the #1 seller in my Poshmark closet, and guys, they're tied. Shoes are tied with what? Guess. Tops. Tops has always been my #1 seller, and I have more tops in my Poshmark closet than any other category, so it makes sense that it always ranks really high in my top selling categories. And I was thinking about that. I look at my own personal closet. In my personal closet, if you walked into it, you would see far more tops hanging in my closet than you would bottoms or denim. And yeah, it's just, I don't need as many bottoms, but I like to have lots of different tops and layering pieces to wear on top of other tops. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I'm unique. I think there's lots of women out there that are looking for different tops to pair with existing bottoms that they already have. So it makes sense that tops perform very well, but they don't offer the same ROI that other items that I'm actively sourcing for, like jeans, like denim and dresses and shoes. And so I'm laser focused on shoes, denim, and dresses when I am in the thrift store. But when I'm at the bins, I will bring those tops home with me. I bring home a lot of things at the bins that I really don't source for in the thrift stores. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I sold 42 tops in the month of March, but did you notice not one single top was in my $50 fast flips? Now I had some good sales of tops, and I had some sweaters that sold like at $49, wool sweaters, but they didn't make the $50 list, and not a single blouse made that $50 list in the month of March. I sold 42 pairs of shoes. That includes boots, that included sandals. It was just a big mix of different seasons and styles in the month of March. I sold 19 pairs of jeans and pants in the month of March. Jeans they've just been a really solid seller for me. I sold 6 pairs of shorts. I expect that number to rise starting in April and moving all the way probably through August. That number should probably go up if I can continue to keep my Poshmark closet stocked with desirable shorts. Next up, I sold 8 coats, and now coats are from a full-length wool coat all the way to a lightweight, like athletic type sports hoodie. I sold 1 skirt. You guys, I'm going to put a picture on the screen of the skirt that I sold. It was so cute. I had no doubt this skirt was going to sell quickly. I don't sell a lot of skirts. It's not a category that moves very quickly for me. This skirt was donated to my business by a friend of mine, Sophia. She lives in Minnesota, so she actually sends me her donations from Minnesota. And when I saw this skirt, I knew I was going to find that skirt a new home. It sold in less than 2 days, and it sold for $20. Thank you, Sophia, and I am so excited to see that skirt move on to its new home. I know it's going to be so much fun to wear. The next category is dresses. I just noticed that there's no order to my list, and I'm sorry if that bothers you. Yeah, there's no order to my life most of the time. 21 dresses. 21 dresses sold in March. I expect that number is going to rise in the coming months with the warmer weather, so I'm going to continue to source dresses, guys. It's something that I enjoy, but we're going to see sales increase with dresses. I sold 7 bras, actually 8 bras, but it was 7 sales. I had 2 identical bras, or similar bras lotted together. So 8 bras sold in the month of March, and every single bra was sourced at the bins where you pay by the pound. Those bras don't weigh much, so I did really well with bras. I'm going to the bins in just a couple days, and I will be looking for bras because if you can find them in good condition, they offer a really nice return on investment. Next up is handbags, and I sold 3 handbags in the month of March. I am pleased with that number because handbags is a category that I don't know much about. I don't actively source handbags. When I find a handbag and I share it in a haul, it's usually because I thought it was so cool or so cute that I could not leave it behind. It's not necessarily because it was a great brand or I fell in love with it. That's why I brought it home. So I sold 3 of those bags. Last category was swim, and I sold 1 piece of swim, and that was a swim cover-up. So that's the categories kind of broken down, but it was only 150 items that sold in the month of March. I was a little disappointed in that number because I continued to work really hard in the month of March. But my overall numbers in the month of March were good. They were satisfactory, but I am happy with the work that I put in and the return that I am getting. So in the month of March, I had 1 day with 0 sales, and the 3rd week in March, I only had 21 sales that week. That's a really slow sales week for me. And some of you are probably saying, Kelly, I bet you weren't working that hard. I bet you weren't listing that 3rd week in March. Tell you what, the 3rd week in March, I was actually involved in a listing challenge on Instagram, just a group of Instagram friends that were checking in every single night and staying accountable to one another. And this is how much I have listed, and this is what I'm doing, and these are my struggles, and these are my victories. I met my goal on the 3rd week in March. That listing challenge really helped me. So when I am listing the most, I was selling the least. It is so frustrating, but I have to think that doing all that listing is going to pay off. Today I shipped out 18 items, and one day 18 items, in an entire week 21 items. So I don't know, guys. The Poshmark algorithm is something that I haven't figured out. It doesn't appear to me that anyone has figured it out, to be honest with you. It's frustrating because I would love for these platforms to help us to be successful. When we're successful, they're successful, everyone makes money, our buyers get items that they want, but it doesn't always work like that. I can complain about it, or I can just keep working and moving forward. I do think, I had some people reach out to me, so I want to just put my opinion out there publicly. I think that everything that's going on in the world, the gas prices, inflation, I think all of those things are going to affect our sales. I have a lot of hope, though, that as people hold on tighter to their pocketbooks, more people are going to try secondhand shopping for maybe the very first time. I am going to just stay the course, guys. I am going to continue to list. I am going to continue to source, and I am going to continue to sell and move forward. I know that you will too. Just don't give up. Don't give up. We're all in this together. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments how your sales are going. I really enjoy chatting with you in the comments. Guys, I'm going on vacation and I will be back really soon, and I will share with you what I find on vacation. I'll see you in the next one. Blessings.